Let me just get it set up.
Get started.
Namaste, everyone. We're getting set up right now. Give us just a second. We were trying to schedule and it went right in, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, we're not plugged in there yet. Uh-oh.
There it goes.
Okay, let me get up. You got yours? You want yours on there, or you want?
I can do it on paper.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now you want. All right, here we go. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lotus Flower Wellness Temple. Flolo and Namaste. So, welcome all beautiful souls. We are a public charity, Lotus Flower Wellness Temple, and we support people in their walk, getting back to their authentic true light and just shining that beautiful light. So welcome if you're at home, if you're here in the temple, everyone is loved and welcome here. I'm Erin.
I'm Quinn.
Yes, so nice to be with you today.
Yes.
So over the past few weeks, we have been working with awareness of thought patterns, interrupting limited loops, shifting the inner voice, stepping into our new identity. Today we move into something very important, anchoring awareness into action. Because awareness without action becomes understanding, but awareness with actions becomes transformation. So we're going to say that again. Awareness without action becomes understanding. So you're aware of something, but you haven't actually started to create it and put it into play, if you will, right? So when we take that next step and we put that awareness with action, that starts the transformation process.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is where everything begins to integrate. Now we're going to go ahead and start with our chants.
All right. Today our chant is Om Shanti. Om. And as we chant along with us, I just want you to feel peace settle in your body, clarity settle in the mind, and alignment guide our actions.
Yes.
So go ahead and chant with me. Om Shanti.
May peace settle in the body. May clarity settle in the mind. May alignment guide our actions. All right, so now we're going to get into the teachings for today.
All right, you get us started.
Yes, all right. So awareness is powerful, but awareness alone does not create change in your life. There are many people who are aware of their patterns, but continue to live them. Why? Because awareness must be followed by a choice and an action. You can notice a thought like, I'm not good enough. But if that follows with awareness, that pattern continues. But if you put some action in, let's see what happens here. Transformation happens when the moment you choose differently. So that awareness is not changing that. It's not changing anything for you, right? It requires being aware, step one, and then making a choice from that awareness, and then making an action to change that. And that action is going to be ongoing until it replaces the habitual nature of what you were already doing, right? So if you're already doing something before and practicing it for a really long time in that manner, be aware that it's going to take you a little time to change that action, but each time you do it, it becomes more familiar in that way, and then eventually that will be your habitual method, your go-to. But it does take some rewiring there, right? And it starts with where? Awareness. And then from there, we decide, we choose, okay, I'm ready to make that change. And then we implement our action, and we stay on top of it with love and grace for ourselves. So what we do is we start to speak differently. Our acting becomes different, like how we react to things. We start responding differently, pausing instead of reacting. This is where discomfort disappears. But the old pattern still is feeling a little familiar, right? But this is the exact point of growth. You are not just rewiring your thoughts, you are rewiring your behavior and your identity. What do we do differently when the awareness shows up? Because the answer to that question is what shapes your future. So that's a question for yourself. What are you going to do differently when you become aware of your pattern? Are you going to just be aware and leave it at that? Or are you going to take those next two steps and really create transformation in your life? It's up to you.
All right, now when we talk about taking action from awareness, it's important to understand something about the nervous system. The body is wired to repeat what feels familiar. Your brain is basically a little bit like a device we used to call a TiVo, like it recognizes your patterns and it makes it easier to accomplish those patterns over and over and over again. So when we know better, even when we know better, we often default to what we've always done. This is why change feels uncomfortable, not because it's wrong, but because it's new. When awareness arises, we have a small window, a moment where we can either return to the old pattern or step into something new. That moment is where power lives. Action doesn't have to be big. It can be something simple, taking one conscious breath, saying one different sentence, choosing not to react, choosing to stay present. Each time you take that small action, you strengthen a new pathway. Over time, those small actions become your new normal. And that is how real change happens. But even if you fail at times, even if you end up doing the thing anyways, even if you feel like, oh man, I really want to do something different, but I just can't do it this time, you shouldn't give up. You should treat yourself with kindness, love, and grace, and remember that you can always try again. There is no limit to the number of tries that you have. You failing times is not a sign that you can't do it. It's just a series of individual instances of failure, which you can create a number of individual instances of success just as well. So it's not a sign of what the future holds for you.
All right, go ahead with the breath work.
Yeah, well, go ahead and get started on the breath work. So, some of you have been here for a while. You recognize the infinity breath. That is something that we practice a lot here. So it takes the form of a figure 8 loop for those who aren't familiar. And we start by breathing out all that stale energy as a lower loop.
Holding that center.
Holding our center, yes. And then we breathe in all that bright, beautiful creator light all around us. And then we hold. And then we breathe out again, but this time we're circulating that light throughout us.
Just continue following that breath pattern and being very aware.
And this time, as we do that, we're going to have an intention of anchoring our awareness. So as we inhale, think, I am aware. As we exhale, think, I choose action. I am aware. I choose action.
I choose
I am aware. I choose action. Let the breath ground awareness into the body. Choose action. All right, Erin will continue with the meditation.
Yes, so go right into it. So if you don't already have your eyes closed and you wish to do so now, that's great. If you like half mass or you like them open, do whatever feels right for you. But just continue to focus on your breath. With each breath, you're just going to feel a lot more light, a lot more airy, a lot more purified. As that was your intention, as you were re-breathing in and re-purifying your energy, your body. And so that is actually being done in this moment. So hold space for feeling that, enjoying that harmony within your body. Just bringing awareness to your body, to your breath. Now bring the mind to a recent situation where you noticed a pattern. Just see yourself in that moment. Now imagine responding differently than your pattern dictates. See yourself making that awareness, that choice, and making that change within your action of choosing something different. Now see yourself pausing and breathing right at that moment where you see that pattern and you have a choice. Pause. See yourself pause. See yourself breathe. And then choosing consciously. Feel what that version of you feels like. More grounded, more present, more intentional. Stay with that version. Let the body memorize that version. Now just slowly return, becoming more aware of the room around you, of the surroundings, but still holding that connection to that version of yourself that is become aware, chosen differently, and now put action into that transformation and change. And just stay with that version of yourself moving forward.
Alright, and with that, I'll go ahead and read our Reiki healing of the mind for this week. Awareness gives you the opportunity to choose, but choice becomes real through action. This week, when you notice a pattern, pause and say, I choose different. Then take one small action that supports that choice. Each action strengthens your new path.
All right. Yes, beautiful. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our intuitive game today. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to start our intuitive game. So at home, if you would like to participate, just become a part of our circle here. And so first round, one pattern I notice in myself is, so everyone just become aware of a pattern that you notice within yourself that would be helpful for your highest good, that would support you more by making that shift and change. Everybody's got one that they are aware of, so just hold space for that now within yourself, okay?
All right.
So round two, one action I can take to shift this pattern is, so now we're aware what that pattern is. What is an action that you can take right now? So we can give an example. And you can share your pattern if you like, or you can keep it to yourself. But if you wouldn't mind sharing
Sure.
the action to change it.
All right. Well, I will share the pattern as well. One pattern, and this is a bit meta, one pattern I notice in myself is that I become defensive when someone criticizes my current patterns. So, one action I can take to shift this pattern is to pause and recognize that I'm getting defensive about this, and open myself to the possibility of considering what they're saying, considering what it would mean to change, and even just for the moment, going along with what they say. All right.
All right. So very well. Thank you for sharing that. So now round three. Look at me. We'll be partners, and you're also a partner, so you just connect with us on this. But just look at us, and we're going to start with you. I see what you're trying to change. I see it. I see you being aware. I see you now putting some thought and energy. Where your thoughts go, that's where your energy goes, into the fact that you intend to change this. So you've discerned about it. And the next thing is you've come up with a plan for the action, right? You've got a plan. So with that, science of all that adding up, it equals, if you persevere, you keep at it, you're going to shift that. You're going to change it. So I see you successfully changing that.
Yeah.
I see you successfully changing that pattern for yourself.
All right.
Yeah, so now let us all receive it. Let us all know that we have become aware, that we have discerned and made a choice, and that now we have a plan of action for our shift, our change, and we're going to put it into play. So let's all hold space for receiving that. Watch it happen.
All right.
All right, so now we're going to get into our homework for this week.
So this week, your practice is simple. Notice one pattern each day. Pause and take one different action.
Okay, yes. All right, and then choose one sentence to anchor your week. So I act from awareness is one. I choose differently could be one. I respond with intention could be another. Whatever it might be for you, and just repeat it daily. Maybe start your day off with it before you hit the ground running. Maybe go to sleep with it. Things like this, keeping it fresh in your awareness, keeping it coming, keeping your sight on it is out of sight, out of mind. So, bring it into your day.
Right.
And that is going to help you to achieve this goal that we have intended and set into action here today. So, if you all at home have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please like and share with someone that you know that could benefit from this message. And hang out for a bit if you like, because we are about to start our podcast next. So it's just going to take a minute to shift over and change everything up. So give us 1 minute and we will start the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a divine week and enjoy every moment of it with understanding and move through with grace. Namaste. Perfect. All right, namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Lotus Flower Wellness Temple Podcast, Harmony for Humanity. I'm Erin.
I'm Quinn.
So lovely for everyone that is here. Thank you for joining us. So we have definitely been having an exciting series this series. We have been talking about conscious thought rewiring, and it's been going really well. Everybody's getting a lot from it and becoming very aware. And now today we discussed about deciding when we see patterns, deciding, being aware that we saw them, and making a choice that we're going to make that action, that change, and how to go about that, which is the most important part, I feel like,
Right.
is becoming aware that that is the science behind it, that is the math that actually creates transformation.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get into some of our questions here. So what pattern did you become aware of today, Quinn?
I think I have a few patterns. But one in particular today, there was the pattern of, responding defensively to criticism. But there's also I have difficulty bringing myself to clean after myself. That's something that I struggle with. I tend to prioritize what time I have available for myself for my greatest enjoyment, or like the most that I can get out of it, right? So sometimes when a task seems like it takes time and it takes energy and I don't want to do it, it can be hard to push myself to actually take action. And that includes things like, sometimes the trash isn't all the way full, but I could take it out, or the dishes are, in the dishwasher. I could turn it on, I could take them out when they're done, but I tend to procrastinate on those sort of things. And then especially when I'm called out on it, I tend to get defensive about it. And, I'm like, why are you asking me on it? Why does it bother you? It's not full, something of that nature.
Yeah.
So, those are some patterns that I notice in my life.
Okay. Well, have you been able to, were you able to interrupt that pattern within the meditation that we did around it, the visualization that we did today? Were you able to see yourself making that change and action? And how did you feel about that outcome that you experienced today?
I am able to see myself doing something different. And to be honest, it does feel uncomfortable. And it feels uncomfortable because it's new and it's different, and it's not what I'm used to. It doesn't strike me as like something that the current version of me would want to do.
Yeah.
But I know that it's something that would be better for me. Not all medicine tastes good, but still it's good for you. That's another one. I could try, looking for healthier foods to eat rather than eating what's convenient. But yeah, just the process of going up to find those new foods and all that sort of stuff, it can be daunting to consider a new path or something you haven't done before. You can think, oh, well, there's all these steps that I have to do before I can properly do this thing. I don't know if I can go through all that. And I feel like, in a lot of ways, it feels bigger than it is. You can start with small steps. You can start with little things that you can do. And that may be just like ordering a salad when you get to McDonald's or whatever. I don't know if McDonald's has salads.
I don't even know either.
Like ordering something that is a little bit healthier, even if it's still really unhealthy on the whole. You can make little steps and still make progress.
Yeah, because you start to get adjusted a little bit to the feeling. Excuse me one second. Hi, welcome in. You're welcome. We're on doing a podcast right now for our temple service. But yeah, make yourself at home. Yeah, so making those little adjustments, like you said, doesn't have to be all in right away, but it does kind of pave the way of your comfort level for change. Smaller change, and then all of a sudden, wow, maybe you find and you have an experience that, wow, I really enjoyed eating that whole meal and not feeling like I needed to take a nap. So you gave yourself an opportunity for an experience that can confirm how positive this change can be for you. And once we get that reward, that makes it easier to do it next time.
Yeah, and also proving to yourself that you can do something is its own reward.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, like, we don't do certain things because we don't believe that we can, you know, or like they feel too difficult, too big, it's too much of a shift. It's like, it's like if you're moving and your room is full of things, all these small, intricate little things that you gotta put in boxes, it can look like such a big task
Yeah.
to move because you've gone and you've decorated your room with all these different knickknacks and things that are important to you, and now you have to take them all up, down, and like put them in boxes, organize them. Gotta get all the boxes. Gotta put them in a truck and bring them to the new place, and then you have to display them there and
Reimagine them. And like,
them
yeah.
based on the space. And like if you think of that whole task like as everything that you gotta do, of course it's intimidating.
Yes.
But like if you just focus on like, okay, well I'm just going to pack this one box today. I'm going to deal with like the little knickknacks on this shelf here. I'm going to store them all away, and I'm going to label the box or whatever you're going to do, and then I'm going to continue with my day. Then it's a lot easier than just trying to do it all at once and then not succeeding in doing it all at once and then blaming yourself. Oh, I couldn't do it all. This is too much. I don't know if I'm even going to move. Maybe I shouldn't move. Maybe I should just stay here. Instead, if you just do it in small bits and you prove to yourself that I can do something, maybe even in the next few days you pack 3 boxes or you pack 5 boxes. Whether you bring that ratio up or not, that's up to you. But it's something that you can prove to yourself that you can do, that it is possible. And even if one day you feel like, I really don't feel like putting anything away today, you can still come back the next day and be like, today I'm going to do it.
So one thing that I've always considered when talking about a game plan for accomplishing a goal, excuse me, is if you take the whole overarching plan, break it up into 4 parts. 4 parts. Now each of those parts can have like different parts to them, but if you see the big plan and then break it up into 4 workable parts, then you have almost like checkpoints, right? Little moments that you can celebrate. Okay, I've gotten to that part. So that gives you more motivation moving into the next part too. So you're almost setting yourself up where you get that reward. You get the chemical feeling within your body that happens whenever you accomplish things, right? So each of those checkpoints kind of push you a little more motivation for that next one. And especially on that last, third, and final one, you've got even more collective motivation because you're like, oh wow, this is one last step.
Yeah.
So that it really does help to keep that momentum going, that gives you that energy based scientifically off of the chemical release that you get when you have that reward for something that you've accomplished. So that in itself can help to feed accomplishing that total shift and transformation. So like you were saying, maybe you break get everything into boxes in your move as that first part, but then you're going to break that down a little bit more, right? So the boxes for this room or the boxes what you're talking about in one room. So like you said, everything on this wall maybe this day, everything on this wall this day. So breaking that up into 4 parts.
Right.
So that even that one task has checkpoints that you can do that with yourself as well. And then You're never making one goal too big that can't be accomplished within a setting of a time frame so that you can really get that feeling of accomplishment. So that helps the brain and the body to be able to push you through that task as well.
Right. And, it's something, that's actually something that I tend to do with my work days. I break up the hours, and I'm able to push through the day, even if it's something monotonous, by segmenting off the day into certain parts. Like,
Okay.
I've only got certain amount of time until lunch. Okay. So I'm counting my time at work just as up until lunch. And then like I segment that off from the next part of my day, which is working until I get off of work. So,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like as much time when I segment it off in that.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, well, by the time I get back from lunch, I'm halfway through the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, that's real life experience there that shows that you've seen that, yeah, that works better for you than, okay, I go here at this time and then I don't get home until this time. You're almost breaking it up into two different activities, right? My before lunch day and my after lunch day, right? So that's great. So let me ask you this, Quinn. Since we started this series, what has shifted the most for you?
I think what shifted the most is, up to this point, it has been my awareness. And that's, what all of our other messages have been encompassing. It's all been about awareness and understanding. Like as much as we may try to be aware of all of the things that we do or we think or that we are, there's a lot of things that we unconsciously start to accept about ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just me. Oh, that's just the way that I am. And that may even be the self-talk that like you give yourself. Oh, I'm just that way. Oh, that's not going to change. That's just me. But a lot of these things that are just me are also programmed. Like they don't have to be you. They're not something that's core to your identity. Maybe some of these things are things that you think people like about you, that make people like you more. Or things that like your parents always told you that you should be this way. Or things that seem like, oh, it's smart to be like this in the world because this is the way the world is. But really, you're not being true to yourself, or you're not being honest with yourself about all that you could be.
Yeah.
So if you can take the time to re-examine and look at your life again, and this isn't something that's like a one-time thing. This is something that you'll repeat over and over again throughout your life, hopefully. You'll take some time every once in a while, and you'll look at your life and you'll be like, okay, what here doesn't fit? Because programming isn't something that happens once and then it's done. It's something that happens constantly. You get criticism from outside and you're like, oh man, I really thought this was something cool about myself, but everybody else thinks it's lame. Or like you end up having to follow certain rules on a job site, and you start to fall into like that pattern in your regular life, or feel like, oh man, I can't step out of line, or I have to fulfill this kind of thing whenever I am at work. there's certain things that are like even in work rules and work standards that are like, in my opinion, you know, as much as they may be efficient, they are unethical, you know, to people. They care sometimes too much about efficiency. They care less about humanity in a lot of positions. So, like, you have to pay attention to, you know, some of these jobs, they'll take advantage of you. And if you don't value yourself, like, I know you have to get money where you can get it at times, but you can lose the value that you have for yourself, you know, by continuing to hold yourselves to these standards in the outside world as well. And yeah, so really there's just a lot of places that you can pick up programming.
Yeah.
You know, even just like do as the Romans do, you know, you're in an area and there's a lot of people who do certain things a certain way, and so you try to fit in, right?
Yeah, that's very wise of you and very cautionary to share with our audience today is, you know, it's the programming, it's everywhere. And when you start to become aware of it, like Quinn was saying about a job, the certain way that you have to do specific things. Let's even just use the military for an example. I think everybody knows that they literally start by taking all your thought patterns, everything, all the belief systems you had before for anything, and they start by breaking all that away and implementing a whole new thought pattern, right? So what happens when these people get out of the military or even get home for the day after being there all day? Do you think that that just goes off and on once they're back into their regular life? No, that's in there. It's in there. It changes the way that you think and you react to certain things. So you can't just take that hat off when you're done with the day and go into your life, because it is literally programmed into your mind and then becomes a part of your reaction to things. So with that being said, yes, we do have to be watchful of certain things like this. And make sure that what we do allow to be programmed, that it is something that we are in alignment with, because it does affect your entire life.
Yeah. And even, especially I would say, like people who are in higher positions, like CEOs, or like, you know, people who end up making a lot of money, it can become very easy to lose yourself, to lose all concept of what it means for like for other people, you know, what other people, what makes up another person who works under you. You know, they can blend into the numbers, and you can become very cold and distant, or focused on efficiency without any kind of you know, real understanding of kindness or compassion towards the people who work beneath you. You know, recognizing that those numbers are people, and that those people have lives, and those lives are just as rich and as important as yours is. And that anything that you do that affects them, that has ripples in each and every one of their lives, and so it's something that should be considered carefully.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, well, thank you so much for sharing that, and that really brought us into something that I know a lot of people out there probably needed to hear today, and that is just the nature of the work that we do around here, right? We're always open to let the divine flow through us and speak to the audience and to the people that are meant to hear it. So if there are any of you out there that are struggling in that sector where you really resonate with what we talked about today, you know, just let this be that confirmation for we've all got that option every single time, right? Every moment we do have that choice. And so hopefully we will start invoking of self-love and start doing those things that really will enrich your energy, your mind, your harmony within you, and just provide for you to start creating the life that you truly desire instead of feeling like Pinatello on the donkey, where this is just, what I'm stuck with, because that is not the case.
Yeah, and that's just something that we can easily convince ourselves, oh, this is just the way I am. Right? Like, it's so much easier to say, this is just the way I am, than to change something. Especially, I'll go into, like, something that has been diagnosed, right? If you have a mental disability of some sort, you can come to feel that, oh, I'm helpless to change anything. And in reality, you have some power over it. You may feel inclined to do certain things a certain way, but like you can also bend and you can shape your mind still in the way that everybody else is capable of shaping their minds. You can find ways to make mental disabilities work for you. You can find ways to work around certain things. This is not to say that like you don't need medicine or anything like that. Listen to your doctor. But it's more to say that you have room, just as much room for growth and for change as anybody else.
Yes, absolutely. That's right. Absolutely. Well, today has been just a wonderful podcast, and as always, I'm always happy to be here, and we're just so glad that you came today as well. So please like, share, and subscribe. Share this out with someone that you know and love that could use this information that we talked about today. And thank you. We'll see you next time. All right.
Thank you. Namaste.